Okay, so I forgot to mention, but my drawing and my doodling skills and my writing skills are not that much good. So bear with me. I'm trying my best here. So, yeah, let's get started. There are four families at the center of the series: Nilsson, Doppler, Cornwald, Tiedemann. They all are connected by their intertwined family history. In Nilsson family, we have Agnes, whose son is Tronte. Now, we don't really know with whom Agnes had Tronte with, so I'm just going to name that person unknown. And then later on, Tronte gets married to Jenna, and they have two beautiful children together, Ulrich and Mads. Now, here's the thing: Ulrich and Mads are like literally polar opposite. Ulrich is rebellious, always getting into trouble, but on the other hand, Mads is more of a shy kind. He really doesn't interact with other people that much. So yeah, I mean that's how it goes. I think both of them are always different from each other. Oh, anyways, Ulrich gets married to Katharina, and their children are Magnus, Martha, Mikkel, all M's. I don't know why, but maybe is it because of his brother Matt? I mean, his initial is also M. I don't know. I'm just assuming stuff. I was going to make a Eminem joke here, but I think it's just too much lame. So I'm not gonna say it. Yeah, I'm not gonna give you cringe. All right. So yeah, we have these three beautiful children, and okay, I forgot to mention Magnus is the oldest, Martha is the middle, and the Mikkel is the youngest one. Okay, now in Doppler family we have Helge, who is child of Bernd and Greta, and Helge's child is Peter. Again, we don't really know with whom Helge had Peter with, but nonetheless, Peter is Helge's child. And later on, Peter is married to Charlotte. And Charlotte actually works with Elric. Charlotte and Elric works together in law enforcement. They both of them are in police, and they have two girls together, Franziska and Elizabeth. Franziska is the older sister, and Elizabeth is the younger one. Elizabeth is also deaf. Now, in Connaught family, we have Daniel, whose daughter is Ines. Again, we don't know with whom Daniel had Ines with. Ines adopts Michael, who later on gets married to Hannah, and they have a child together named Gorgeous Jonas. Okay, why is it Gorgeous Jonas? Because I have crush on him, and he's also the leading character in this series. So yeah, I'm just gonna be a little bit biased here. So, okay, in Tideman family, we have Egon and Doris. Their child is Claudia, and Claudia's daughter is Regina. Again, we don't know with whom she had Regina with. Again, it's going to be a known person, and yeah, Regina. Regina later on gets married to Alexander. I don't really know why they wrote his name, why they spelled it in this manner. I was expecting a X there, but okay, it's German series, so whatever. They have a child together, Bartos. So, on November 4, 2019, 11-year-old Mikkel Nilsson accompanied his older sibling Magnus and Martha and other friend Jonas Carnwald, Bartos Tiedemann, and Franziska Doppler to the cave. This cave is near nuclear power plant. While everyone fled after being spooked by a strange sound, Mikkel disappeared, and now in few seconds you would see me making there it is. I'm making question marks around Matt's name. I was supposed to make them around Mikkel, so I'm sorry. And here I'm realizing it. So can you please forget that I made some question mark around Matt's name? Okay, thank you. Thanks for the forgiveness. Okay, now Mikkel has disappeared, and he's disappeared on November 4, 2019 at age of 11. Later on in the story, we find out that he fell backward through time to 1986, where he was eventually adopted by Ines Cornwald under the name Michael. And there you go. The first shocking plot is here. Da, 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 da. I was literally shocked when I got to know this. Like, what? Really? Okay, so now June 21, 2019 is a significant date in the show. It is the date 43-year-old Michael, formerly known as Mikkel, hanged himself in the opening scene of the first episode. Secrets. He left a suicide note with instruction not to open it before November 4 at 10:13 p.m., which is when Mikkel disappeared. The note was found by Ines and later found its way into the hands of 2019 Jonas, who eventually burned it. Now, here a new character is introduced, Eric Obendorf. It's kind of easy to forget about Eric, who went missing in October 2019 in the first episode. It is revealed he's being experimented on in a bunker by a stranger, eventually revealed to be Helge Doppler. Now, this Helge guy is not up, he's just not up to any good. The audience finds out very early on that Eric died as a result of the chair experiment. But it is not until his actual body is discovered in 1953 on the future ground of the nuclear power plant alongside that of another young boy, Yasser, who is Elizabeth's friend. We're going to talk about Yasser later on the, recap, but yeah, for now. Mikkel and Eric aren't the first young boy to disappear. 33 years before the start of the series in 1986, Ulrich Nilsson's young brother, Mads, vanished. It is revealed that Mad is the young boy whose body is found in the woods. In 2019, after Mikkel disappeared, he was killed by the same chair experiment as Eric and as a result was transported from 1986 to 2019, where his body appeared in the Doppler family bunker. This is witnessed by Peter Doppler attempted to revive Mads before calling Tronte Nilsson, the boy's father, who then moved Matt's body to the woods. Now we're going to talk about this really special 33-year cycle which connects everything. Everything is connected in dark. As we learned from Charlotte Doppler in episode 5, the universe returns to the same exact position every 33 years, allowing everything to be same as it once was in the cosmos. This is why they think everything is repeating itself in 2019. Hence the show's season 1 storyline takes place in 1953, 1986 and 2019. The nuclear power plant is responsible for the wormhole in the cave. In 1986, a blast at the plant created the wormhole that runs through the cave. The radioactive material created by the incident was contained to barrels that were then stored in the Winden cave. Claudia Tiedemann took over as the head of the plant that same year and had the door welded shut. By the time Charlotte finds the cave after getting a search warrant in 2019, the barrels are no longer there. Future Jonas find them in the back of a truck and take some of the radioisotope. The wormhole also runs directly beneath the bunker. When the tunnel is opened, the energy flows through the room, but it needs to be increased. Hence, the experiment. There is a creep known as Noah who preys on children. In episode 4, Franziska's stepsister Elizabeth meets a strange man named Noah while walking home from school. Later on, in that same episode, her friend Yasser, remember that boy who was found in 1953 dead? Yep, that's him. He's kidnapped by 1986 Helge and taken to Noah, whom we only see at one age no matter the year, to be a guinea pig in his time machine prototype. And Noah wants to create a time machine so he can control what happens in the world and all that shenanigan. In 2019, he recruits Bartos to his cause by preying on his weaknesses and telling him that he's the good guy while Bartos' grandmother Claudia and the future Jonas are the enemy. On the other hand, we see future Jonas sent his past self a box of items he will need when he travel through time, including the letter Michael had written the day he died that revealed his true identity. After receiving these items 2019, Jonas used a map of the caves and followed a red string through the cave to find the tunnel and traveled to 1986 where he located Mikkel. He was persuaded by a future version of himself. Though he did not know who it was at the time, his future self asked him not to interfere with Mikkel, otherwise he'll be gone. He won't exist. Jonas then returned to 2019 and realized the full truth about his own family. Ulrich also travels through time and attempts to kill Helge while he is still just a boy. He arrives in 1953 realizing what happened and that Helge is involved in the disappearance of the young boy, including the death of his brother and son. Ulrich attempts to kill Helge at a very young age by hitting him with rock. Ulrich drags the boy's body in the bunker where he eventually wakes up. Ulrich is arrested in 1953 by Egon Tiedemann. Okay, this is off topic, but can we please talk about Hannah? She's kind of a bitch. This is quite a same everything else, but you need to know that Jonas's mother has a history of being the worst. Not only she fabricated a lie about Ulrich raping Katharina when they were in a high school, but she engaged in an affair with him 2019 and then lied to Katharina about it. And Hannah was so upset by what happened, she attempted to blackmail Alexander Tiedemann into destroying Ulrich by revealing she had a gun and passport that revealed his true identity, Boris Neiwald, in her position. Worried about what Hannah will do, Alexander called Waller, who works with Elric and Charlotte in law enforcement and adds for the dirt on Elric. Old Helge attempt to kill 1986 Helge to stop the cycle. After his younger self refused to listen to him, the older Helge rammed his car into 1986 Helge's car in a desperate attempt to stop him. The older version died at the scene, while the younger one survived. Future Jonas attempt to destroy the wormhole in the caves using the device that Future Claudia tasked the author and clockmaster Edgy Tonhurst to build way back in 1953. It's the same device the Future Jonas asked him to fix when he meets him later on in 1986. Jonas only succeeds in closing the tunnel, not destroying it altogether, which is what Noah told Bartos would happen. The event also ends up sending 2019 Jonas to a post apocalyptic future, which is 2052. And that's it, guys. That's the recap. And I think that's all you need to know about season 1. Um, yeah, if you like this video, please hit a like and comment down below if you want me to cover season 2 too. So, yeah, just let me know. Alright, bye.